You're listening to the Dibbly-Dobbly Podcast. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and click the bell to make sure you get the latest episodes of the podcast. Be sure to like and share our Facebook page as well. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Dibbly-Dobbly Podcast. On today's episode of the podcast, we review the fourth test match between India and England. It's the Dibbly-Dobbly Podcast, and let's get started. Let's recap the scores from the fourth test match between India and England from Ahmedabad. England batted first and made 205 all out in their first innings. Ben Stokes top scored with 55. Axar Patel took 4 for 68 for India. India, in reply, all out for 365. Rishabh Pant top scored with 101. Ben Stokes took 4 for 89 for England. England, in their second innings, all out for 135. Dan Lawrence top scored with 50. And Ravi Ashwin and Axar Patel both took 5 wickets for India. India won by an innings and 25 runs, and Rishabh Pant was named man of the match for his match-winning 101. Let's have a look at how India performed in this fourth test match. We'll start with their batsmen: Gill 0, Rohit Sharma 49, Pujara 17, Kohli 0, Rahane 27, Pant 101, Ashwin 13, and Sundar 96. Let's have a look at the bowlers. Patel took 9 wickets, Ashwin took 8 wickets, Siraj took 2 wickets, Sundar took 1 wicket, and no wickets for Ishant Sharma. That's how the Indian team performed as a team in this fourth test match. Another dominant display from India, showing why they are hard to beat in home conditions. They were behind in this test match after losing early wickets. The top order struggled in this test match, but India's middle to lower order got India out of trouble. Rishabh Pant's century and his partnership with Washington Sundar pretty much sealed this game for India. Also, the partnership with Sundar and Axar Patel added extra salt into the wounds for England. Once again, Ashwin and Patel dominated, as they have done in the series thus far, taking wickets and putting England under lots of pressure, which led to India winning the match and the series 3-1. Let's have a look at how England performed in this fourth test match. We'll start with their batsmen. Crawley 9 and 5, Sibley 2 and 3, Bairstow 28 and 0, Root 5 and 30, Stokes 55 and 2, Pope 29 and 15, Lawrence 46 and 50, Folkes 1 and 13. Let's have a look at the bowlers. Stokes took 4 wickets for the match, Anderson took 3, Leach took 2, and no wickets for Bess and Root. That's how England performed as a team in this fourth test match. Another disappointing display from England in this fourth test match. Poor with the bat again in their first innings after winning the toss to be bowled out for 205 isn't good enough and won't win you many test matches. No application from the batsmen, no answers to Ashwin and Patel, and were out of their depth in these conditions. England looked cooked in this last test match. They were fatigued and tired after a long series. The bowling struggled in this last test. Ben Stokes showed a lot of fight with the ball, and James Anderson chipped in with a few wickets. Jack Leach bowled okay, and Dom Bess really struggled and leaked runs. But Rishabh Pant's and Washington Sundar's partnership, along with Sundar's and Axar Patel's partnership, drained all the energy out of the England bowlers. Overall, a disappointing test match for England and pretty much sums up their tour. A dominant performance from India. From the second test onwards, they have outplayed England in these conditions to win this series 3-1. They booked their place in the World Test Championship final against New Zealand and will be looking to claim the first ever title. England will be disappointed to lose the series. After winning the first test, it seemed to go downhill from that moment on. There will be a lot of reflecting and a lot of soul searching from England after this series result. But in the end, India deserved their series win and were simply the best team in these conditions. And they showed that throughout this series. Well, that's the end of the innings, the close of play for this episode of the podcast. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell to get the latest episodes of the podcast. And like and share our Facebook page. Until next time, keep safe and bye for now.